Babata was chanting and releasing his emotions. There were tens of thousands of years of depression, the pain of his old master's death, the joy of revenge and also the memories of the past. LuoFeng, I'm done. Babata looked at LuoFeng. Thank you. Senior Hu Yenbo was kind to me, I've also taken him as my teacher, this is what I should do. Babata, shall I keep you in the world ring now? LuoFeng asked. I can also ask the other emperors in the world ring, and become undying faster. Babata nodded. With my little strength I'll only affect you, anyway I can contact you through my AI. LuoFeng's thoughts moved, and Babata was immediately kept in the world ring. With the evolution heart, Babata was like the automaton race, it was easy for the automaton race to become sector lords, however becoming undying was very difficult. LuoFeng gazed down at the countless people kneeling and trembling, after which he teleported and left Devil Hand Planet. He's gone. The golden armored divinity has left. It's too terrifying, the demon emperor couldn't even retaliate against the golden armored divinity. I heard that the divinities have undying bodies, yet the demon emperor was easily killed. The demon emperor has fallen, we don't have to be afraid anymore, haha, this starfield is our world. The entire Devil Hand Planet immediately began a change in power. In a distant, desolate starfield in the universe, the distance from the human domain was unfathomably far. Within a normal star, a star was definitely one of the most common celestial bodies in the universe, however this star was special. Because within the star, within the endless flames, there was a silhouette. A silhouette sat crossed-legged within the star. There really was a warrior that killed me. A voice filled with hatred resounded. This silhouette was the demon emperor Salop. Salop sat crossed-legged, the heat of the star had no effect on him at all. And the one who came was so strong, yet he hid his identity, it's very likely he was sent by His Majesty LuoFeng. I've long guessed that this day would come. Salop muttered softly. Back then LuoFeng was incomparably dazzling in the genius battle, even being absorbed into the virtual universe company, the demon emperor Salop had his eyes on him. He suspected that LuoFeng received Hu Yenbo's inheritance. Back then when I was chasing Hu Yenbo, I used a secret soul technique. Hu Yenbo was dead for sure. In addition he escaped too fast in the dark universe. It was difficult to catch up with him in a short time. Because of the treasure, I didn't continue. He had many places to hide. Who knows where he escaped to before he died. 50,000 years later LuoFeng's sudden rise, a spirit reader of the same bloodline as him, and able to buy Earth, an aboriginal punk. Without any special gains, how could he afford a planet? Furthermore, with such a heaven-defying performance in the Battle of Geniuses, who would believe that he didn't receive the inheritance? At that time I suspected that he might be related to Hu Yenbo. But he has always been in Primal Chaos City, and I can't do anything to him. Finally, he became a domain lord and returned to the Gangwu universe country. This time he's actually using the Yunmo planet ship. Humph, Yunmo planet spaceship. There's no doubt now he is Hu Yenbo's disciple. However at this time he's the supervisor envoy, a member of the virtual universe company's primal region. If I dare to make a move the moment I'm discovered, I'm dead for sure. I can only gamble that Hu Yenbo didn't leave behind a message before he died. He didn't tell his disciple who killed him. If he really had good intentions for his disciple, he wouldn't have made an emperor-level undying his enemy. After all, when he was alive his disciples were only SOSO. After a lifetime how strong could his disciple be? It's not like he can predict the future. Looks like I guessed wrong. He left a message to LuoFeng. LuoFeng's position is extremely high now. It's very easy for him to invite some absolute warriors to help him. Asking one to hide his identity and kill me is a very easy task. Demon Hand King Salop sat cross-legged in the blazing flames of the star. His eyes were filled with an ominous light. Fortunately, although I was gambling, I didn't dare to bet everything. I forcefully cut my own divine body, splitting it into two. One of them had 40% of my divine body, and the other had 60% of my divine body. God splitting. The weak god body stayed on Devil Hand Planet and pretended to be heavily injured, waiting for this day. The other god body hid in a distant territory, quietly waiting. My plan was to wait for 1,000,000 years. If there's no danger in 1,000,000 years I'll be able to show myself again. Luckily I had a trick up my sleeve, lucky. I don't have the qualifications to be revived by reversing time and space, but I still had this trick up my sleeve. Golden Armored Man. Even though I don't know who you are, but there's a 90% chance you were invited by LuoFeng. Other than LuoFeng, none of my enemies can invite such a powerful being. LuoFeng. I can't beat you now. However, I'll be back. I'll return to the human territory. Salop let out a hysterical roar. The roar was like a shockwave that reverberated deep within the star. Splitting the god body wasn't something normal warriors had the courage to do. Like Devil Hand's god body, one was 60% and the other 40%. The 60% undying body only had 10% of his power when he was in his perfect state. As for the 40% undying body, it was even weaker. Under such circumstances the two god bodies were obviously much weaker. There was another risk. If the enemy, soul, controlled one of the divine bodies, the Devil Hand King's entire body would be controlled. He was weak. Easier to soul control. These two risks weren't something normal people were willing to take. Of course the only good thing about these two risks was a chance to make a comeback. When the god body was split, the two halves of the god body could sense each other. Thus, the two halves of the god body couldn't recover. Only when one of the halves of the god body died would the other slowly recover. After a long time, it would recover to its perfect condition. Time passed. In the dark universe, the beetle-like life ship maintained 80 times light speed as it moved forward. Within the ship's control room, there was a crystal-clear dining table. On both sides of the table sat a total of 12 absolute warriors. Luo Feng sat in the main seat. Tomorrow we'll reach the universe secret region. It's been over 2 years and we're finally here. To the arrival of the universe secret region, let's toast. Luo Feng raised his glass. Congratulations, master. The 12 warriors all shrunk to human size and raised their glasses. They raised their glasses and drank together. At this time, Luo Feng still didn't know that the Devil Hand Emperor Salop he killed 2 years ago on Devil Hand Planet was only a split body. After all, the probability of that was very small. Actually, even if he knew, Luo Feng couldn't do anything about it. Because Salop's other body was definitely hidden very far away. Even though he had no choice, Luo Feng wasn't afraid. That Salop trained for trillions of years before becoming an emperor-level undying. And the 12 warriors under him, if they weren't spirit masters at the pinnacle, then they were at the limit. Normal emperors didn't even have the right to sit. Like Sky Formation Emperor, Demon Light Emperor and Heart Refiner Emperor, these spirit masters all had a group of soul slaves. It was just that these slaves were mostly normal undyings and official level. Occasionally there would be an emperor, but they weren't even worth mentioning. The universe. Luo Feng raised his glass. Simply too huge. Even if I use the god countries to teleport closest to the universe secret region, it's still close to 2 billion light years away. Even if I travel at 80 times light speed in the dark universe, it'll still take over 2 years. Master, the main thing is that the Wuhua secret region is too remote. None of us have been there before. Heavy Arrow Emperor smiled. The universe is vast and boundless. There are countless secret regions scattered throughout the universe. Since we've participated in the foreign battlefields, we're not too far from the human territories. Only a few of the warriors under Master have come from faraway places. However, none of them have been to the Wuhua secret region before. That's why Master needs to fly in the dark universe for over 2 years. Fu Shui Emperor said. Luo Feng nodded. The powerful being of the foreign race placed the third black metal plate on the ice prison planet. This planet was extremely remote, far from the human territory. If one were to use a spaceship to fly at 80 times the speed of light in the dark universe, it would still take over 100 years. One could only imagine how far the distance was. Luckily he had the god countries to teleport under him, saving a large portion of the distance. Luckily this life ship is fast enough, even faster than the Unimo planet ship. Luo Feng thought. Rumble. Outside the ship, a huge energy ripple could be felt. It's a robbery. Another robbery. Heavy Arrow Emperor, Fu Shui Emperor, Extreme Rainbow Emperor and Sky Formation Emperor all laughed. Luo Feng laughed too. The dark universe of the human territories was still considered safe. There were only a few dark universe robbers. That was because humanity's control was indeed very strong. However, once they left the human territories and flew through the dark universe, they would often encounter bandits and powerful beings from spaceships fighting each other. It's a few official undyings and normal undyings of the foreign races. Extreme Rainbow Emperor extended his god energy and scanned the area. He smiled and said, "We are really lonely." Sky Formation Emperor said, "We've been flying for over 2 years. Even though we've met many robbers, none of them have dared to kill us. Those robbers aren't stupid. Even though we can't tell from the outer appearance of the ship, we can maintain 80 times light speed. A ship that can maintain 80 times light speed. Most Emperor-level undyings don't have such ships. Would those robbers dare to touch us?" Extreme Rainbow Emperor's voice was ear-piercing. He laughed loudly. "It's easy to get robbed. As long as we slow down to 10 times light speed, I can guarantee, we'll be robbed every few days." Haha. Interesting. Master has to agree to this. The group of warriors all laughed. Luo Feng smiled too. This life ship was also the fastest ship. He had killed so many warriors and taken in so many servants. The Yun Mo planet ship's maximum speed was 50 times light speed. That was after the Virtual Universe Company's modifications. The further it went, the harder it got. 80 times light speed was unbelievable. Don't rush. Once we reach the universe secret region, there will be time for you to battle. Luo Feng smiled. The second day. Luo Feng and the others had finally arrived at the universe secret region, the Crowflower secret region. And that ice hell planet was within the huge Crowflower secret region. The Crowflower secret area's largest diameter was 160,000 light years. It was considered small within the universe secret areas. The entire secret area's danger level was average. Even undyings could enter. Other than the 6 extreme danger regions, the other regions of the Wuhua secret area were considered low in danger. Only normal undyings were a threat. And the 6 extreme danger zones were places where even universe supremacies could fall. Ice Hell Planet was within one of the 6 danger regions, the Ice Hell Star Belt. Wuhua Secret Area, the outermost region of the Ice Hell Star Belt. Within the space, a ferocious beetle-like creature ship appeared out of nowhere. Ice Hell Star Belt, I've arrived. Luo Feng stood in the control room, gazing at the distant space. He had directly passed through the universe to the outermost area of the Ice Prison Star Belt. Even though the powerful being had given him the exact coordinates of the Ice Prison planet, it was still the core area of the Star Belt. Even a universe knight wouldn't dare to be so arrogant. Luo Feng naturally wouldn't dare. According to the information, the danger level of the Wu Hua secret area is relatively low. However, this ice hell star belt is very dangerous. The alien race's test was as he said, he didn't care about my life or death. Luo Feng thought. For the alien race to be one of the strongest beings in the universe, it wasn't strange for him to nurture his disciple this way. The 6 danger regions, this has already been explored. And the universe secret areas are simply too huge. There are many places no warriors have been to before. Who knows, a 7th danger region might appear. A universe secret area's diameter ranged from tens of thousands of light years to millions of light years, up to hundreds of millions of light years. Not even mentioning those over 100 million light years, just a few million light years in diameter would be a million years flying at light speed. To completely explore it, one would probably have to pass through trillions of times, and even if one really scanned carefully, they might not be able to detect the true danger. Flying at light speed, how could they detect the danger? Hence, it was rare to go to any of the universe secret areas, unless one had absolute confidence in himself. Let's go. Luo Feng sat in the creature ship, simultaneously activating the large scanning and micro-scanning devices, allowing the ship to head into the ice hell star belt. He didn't dare to teleport. The entire ice hell star belt's diameter was only 2.1 light years. One teleport and he would probably meet with danger. The creature ship flew at sublight speed. After flying for over 3 months, Luo Feng closed his eyes and sat crossed-legged within the control room. Warning, warning, under attack, under attack. The artificial intelligence immediately reported. The power is Marquis Undying, unable to damage the biological ship. Luo Feng opened his eyes, his expression changed. Not good. Boom. 2 strong attacks swept across the biological ship. The ship only shook slightly and easily blocked it. Its defense was over 100 times stronger than the UNMO planet ship. The entire ship itself was actually fused with a unique life form in the universe, the Muvika tree spirit. Tree spirits were a branch of plant life, they had low attack power and even lower intelligence. They were very simple and only knew how to survive. Just like how some metallic spaceships could fuse with metallic life forms, biological spaceships could also fuse with special life forms, causing the spaceship to undergo a qualitative change. This biological spaceship had an extremely strong defense and was extremely fast. It also had the characteristic of a biological spaceship, self-recovery ability. It was just that its attacks were very weak. Bastard. Being attacked, Luo Feng gritted his teeth. These bastards. Luo Feng immediately teleported from the inside of the biological ship to the outside. The silver-armored and silver-winged Luo Feng stood beside the ship, gazing into the distance. In the distance there was a vast green and purple river flowing through the sky. This river's width was about 300 million kilometers, and its depth was about 100 million kilometers. Its length was extremely long. This was the famous star river of the ice prison star belt. 2 bastards. Luo Feng looked around cautiously, after which he looked angrily at the 2 strong silhouettes that appeared from the star river. Their ship could easily block their attacks. However, Luo Feng was afraid of the energy ripples. Drawing out the most terrifying group of enemies in the ice prison star belt, which was also the owner of the entire star belt. Luckily this place is still quite far from the ice prison stars. Luo Feng let out a sigh of relief. Haha human, you think that just by sitting in the ship and using the scanning device to hide, we won't be able to detect you. The vibrations from flying at sublight speed can easily be detected by us. However, your ship is not bad, it can actually withstand our attacks. Human, why are you standing there, not coming over? Weren't you so angry that you wanted to attack? 2 fishtails, their bodies covered in black scales, their bodies covered in a layer of green light, were shouting. Luo Feng could tell with a glance that these were from the Russian race. The Russian race was naturally adept in the water, and this star river was filled with endless water that was extremely cold. This star river was known for its cold and high density. Even an emperor-level warrior would feel a shocking amount of resistance and bone-piercing cold if he were to enter it. His speed wouldn't even be 1% of his normal speed. As long as one used the star river and metal to create an armor. Wearing the armor with the star river's special properties would be able to withstand the cold, and in the star river, it would be like returning to one's mother's embrace. One wouldn't feel any resistance at all. Obviously, the layer of green light on the 2 Russian race members was the special properties of the star river armor. Haha, are you afraid? The 2 Russian warriors sneered, trying to lure Luo Feng in. They had been in the star river for tens of thousands of years, and were familiar with many of the dangerous places. As long as Luo Feng dared to charge in and chase, with their natural abilities in the water and their armor, along with their familiarity with the many dangerous places within the star river, they naturally had the confidence to kill this human. 2 idiots. Luo Feng's expression sunk. 2 black balls floated in his left palm. Go. Shio. The 2 black spheres quickly turned into a beam of light and directly rushed into the surging star river. These black spheres were the sealing stars. Each of them was ridiculously heavy, much heavier than a star. The star river was known for its high density. How could it compare to the sealing stars? The resistance had little effect on the black balls. As for the cold, it was even more useless. Quickly flee. The 2 Rushi experts hurriedly dove into the depths of the Milky Way, but the 2 black spheres were ridiculously fast. His ethereal undying energy hasn't been weakened in the star river? The 2 Russian warriors couldn't believe it. As they fled, they desperately tried to block the 2 black balls. My spirit energy has been weakened by 1,000 times in the Star River water. Luckily I have the general spirit, otherwise just the Sector Lord world energy alone would probably be destroyed by the Star River water. Even with LuoFeng's spirit energy weakened by 1,000 times, he could still suppress the Emperor level. Dealing with the 2 official level undyings was still easy. So heavy. The 2 experts of the Rushi tribe felt an unimaginable force coming from the black ball. It broke their weapons and pierced through one of their divine bodies. Chi. Both of their chests had been pierced by the black spheres. The moment the Fema venom on the black spheres touched their divine bodies, it instantly corroded their divine bodies, causing fear to appear in their eyes. Soon after they were completely annihilated. The 2 of them had endured in the astral river for far too long. Even if they encountered an immortal Regis, they would not fear them at all. LuoFeng's spirit energy guided the 2 black balls and the treasures of the Russian warriors out of the Star River and before him. 2 insolent bastards. LuoFeng shook his head. He had made ample preparations this time. He had a deep understanding of the special areas of the ice prison star belt. The Star River was vast. Deep within it there were indeed dangerous areas. And the terrifying beings of the ice prison planet were even more proficient in the cold water, hence LuoFeng had never thought of hiding in the water. The 2 of them weren't wrong, hiding in the Star River water with their understanding of the Star River, along with their speed, even an Emperor-level undying wouldn't be able to deal with them. LuoFeng shook his head. If the 2 of them knew of the Blade River Emperor's name, it would be a different story. It was a pity, other than the virtual universe network, even the automaton race's methods were lacking, much less the other pinnacle races. Even the demon race, bug race, the pinnacle races couldn't deal with the super long-distance information. The 2 undyings from a tiny race like the Russian race being so far away, how would they know what was happening in the battlefield outside? The universe ship is flying too fast, it's causing the air to tremble. Teleportation will also create special space ripples, allowing those that specialize in teleportation to sense it from far away. LuoFeng stood in mid-air and frowned. I'll just fly with my body, the bigger the commotion. My body will definitely cause much less commotion than the life ship, and with the Wu Killer Wing space control, I'll be as fast as a specter, the impact on space will be minimized. And I'll fly slower too. LuoFeng kept the life ship and began to fly slowly, gradually accelerating, gradually reaching 100,000 kilometers per second. Through the Wu Killer Wings, the airflow was obviously much calmer. The mini-scanning device completely concealed him. LuoFeng proceeded carefully, whether it was because of the other races or because of the information he had gathered, he didn't dare be careless. As he went deeper, the special scenes of the ice prison star belt were discovered one by LuoFeng. Like the outermost Star River. Along the way, there were floating frozen corpses of warriors in the 10,000 God Graveyard Mountain. Even deeper was the extremely dangerous Star Belt. Star Belt. LuoFeng was in space, beside him floated many ice mountains, before him was a rainbow-colored water current, almost like ribbons, surrounding the center of the ice prison star belt. These water currents were filled with cold energy. LuoFeng could feel it even from so far away. LuoFeng however knew that wasn't water, but many peculiar and extremely cold tiny crystals, forming a mudslide-like river. It was the second most dangerous place in the entire ice prison star belt. As for the most dangerous, it was the vast area surrounded by the star belt, the many frozen planets. With a glance, LuoFeng could vaguely see a few hundred planets. Ice prison planet. LuoFeng thought. LuoFeng stood in space, separated by the vast star belt, looking at the distant ice prison planets. Even though they were extremely far from him, just like how a normal earthling could easily see the distant sun, LuoFeng's vision was extremely high. He could even see through a person's pores from over 10,000 kilometers away. Naturally he could see the endless distance of the ice prison planets. Black metal board. LuoFeng felt a strong calling from the direction of the ice prison planets. This is that one. LuoFeng's gaze immediately locked onto one. The calling is coming from there. The coordinates given by the foreign races were correct. That black metal board is right on that ice prison planet. The foreign races wanted me to do something very simple, to enter that ice prison planet, take the black metal board and slip away. However, those ice prison planets are the nests of the special life forms. Every one of them represents a powerful special life form. LuoFeng thought, within the ice prison planet lived a special life form that was born from the birth of the universe. They were named Bandit by the other races of the universe. Feng Ko was a life form formed by the condensation of extremely cold qi. Their appearances were devilishly beautiful, and they were extremely innocent. Although they were innocent, they were very bloodthirsty. To them, killing was just a game and they would not feel guilty at all. Even though they couldn't reproduce, their talents were extremely high. It was said that there were thousands of bandit living in the ice prison planet. This was also their nest. According to the Virtual Universe Company's information, these thousands of bandit, a few hundred of them had become undying, and there were even 2 that became universe knights. A few hundred of them that became undying built their own ice prison planets. Bandit, special life forms, even at the same level, they are over 100 times stronger than humans. LuoFeng thought. The limit of a human emperor-level warrior's body was 100,000 times Sector Lord strength, unless his bloodline changed. And that Yen Ko, his emperor-level body's limit was 10 million times Sector Lord strength. This was purely his body's strength, not including any amplification techniques etc. Like the golden horn beast, it was 10 times stronger than a human. And the special life forms in the universe, Even the weakest of them would be comparable to the golden horned beast. Every icy hell star is dangerous. I might be able to fight an immortal bandit, but if anything happens I'll be exposed. Luo Feng thought whoever was exposed in the ice prison star belt, none of them had ever escaped, because there were 2 universe night level bandit. They were all special life forms, so they were much stronger than many human universe supremacies. Right as Luo Feng was observing the situation and thinking of a plan, suddenly, a blurry figure dashed out of the wide and turbulent star belt river in the distance. Ha, ha, ha. A crisp voice that contained an icy chill directly pierced through the void and spread out in all directions. The laughter was filled with joy and happiness. Luo Feng looked from afar. The distant star belt river had 3 blurry silhouettes, 1 purple and 2 green. The purple silhouette was about 3.2 m tall, her body was slender and her entire body was purple. Hundreds of purple braids hung down from her head, her body was covered in a purple crystal-like armor, exquisite and translucent. Through the translucent armor, one could vaguely see the purple silhouette's naked body, it looked like a human female. And the other 2 green silhouettes were 3.6 m tall, similarly extremely handsome. They too had hundreds of green braids, their entire bodies covered in green armor, similar to human males. Bandit as a special life form, there was actually no difference between male and female, their appearance only represented their talent. There were fewer purple sea bandits while there were more blue sea bandits. The purple sea bandit's cold energy was better at freezing the soul to death, while the blue sea bandit's cold energy was better at freezing the body to death. He leapt up. The 3 bandit laughed happily, their speed swiftly exploding, quickly reaching light speed and piercing through the universe, disappearing from Luo Feng's vision. Universe piercing? Luo Feng looked carefully. The space around Ice Hell Planet has been cleared of all impurities, it's completely empty, it can definitely reach light speed. Those 3 bandit from before were weaker, they should be Sector Lord level bandit. However, their strength is comparable to normal undyings, they can easily use their god bodies to enter universe piercing and return to their residences. Looks like I can only do that. Luo Feng nodded. Within the world ring, black-clothed Luo Feng stood there, the 12 warriors under him all bowed respectfully. Master. Sky Formation Emperor. Black-clothed Luo Feng looked over. Master. Sky Formation Emperor said respectfully. You have official level slaves under you, right? Call one out, it's best if it's nimble and smart. Luo Feng said. Sky Formation Emperor, Demon Mang Emperor and the other spirit-type masters all had a group of slaves. Emperor-level slaves may be rare, but official-level slaves were quite a few. Yes. Sky Array King waved his hand, and a skinny man who was only 1.1 meters tall appeared next to him. He was stooped, covered in black scales and had a pair of green eyes. This was the Devil Conch Monkey of the Demon Clan. Master. The Demon Conch Monkey was filled with a smile. From now on you will listen to my master's orders. Sky Formation Emperor pointed at Luo Feng. Completely listen to my master's orders, it's the same as my orders to you. Yes, yes, yes. The Demon Conch Monkey replied. Black-clothed Luo Feng looked at the official level demon Undying Demon Conch Monkey. Do you have a mini-scanning device or a large scanning device? No. The Demon Conch Monkey shook his head. Master. Just as Sky Formation Emperor was about to say that he had confiscated it, the black-clothed Luo Feng flipped his hand and threw out a detector. This has both the functions of a small detector and a large detector. This is the virtual universe's sensor receiver, you can log in anonymously. Luo Feng threw out an arm guard, you can recognize them first. Yes, yes, yes. The Demon Conch Monkey was very excited. Virtual universe. Even sensors like the helmet had anonymous accounts, much less now that Luo Feng's position was so high, getting a permanent anonymous account was very easy, only these anonymous accounts would be monitored even more heavily by the virtual universe. Listen well. Luo Feng ordered seriously. The Demon Conch Monkey listened carefully. In a while, once you leave, accelerate to light speed and enter universe travel. When you reach the coordinates in the dark universe, then travel back to the actual universe. The black-clothed Luo Feng's arm guard projected a screen, on it appeared a star map, it was the map of the many ice hell planets, within it were detailed coordinates. The moment you appear, you should appear in space 16 million kilometers away from this ice hell planet. Remember, you have to always activate the mini-scanning device, hide your tracks and prevent being discovered. After which you will quietly enter the closest ice hell planet. Search for a black metal board, these are some of the special properties of the black metal board. Luo Feng explained in detail to the servant, even explaining what to do if he was discovered, etc. Afraid that the servant would make a mistake, he made the servant personally repeat everything. Very good. The black-clothed Luo Feng nodded. Prepare to leave, I'll immediately bring you out. Yes. The Demon Conch Monkey didn't disobey at all. Luo Feng's orders were equivalent to his master's orders, even if he wanted him to self-destruct now, the Demon Conch Monkey wouldn't resist at all. Hence, the moment a soul is controlled, its innate nature is already completely subservient to the master. Outside the turbulent and vast Star Belt River, Luo Feng quietly stood there, constantly activating the mini-scanning device. Beside him stood the Demon Conch Monkey. At this time, start accelerating, reach light speed and enter universe travel, go. Luo Feng ordered. The Demon Conch Monkey's eyes gleamed with excitement. So, Its speed swiftly rose, becoming a beam of light above the Starbelt River, very quickly reaching light speed. The space trembled and it disappeared. Luo Feng watched the scene from afar. Those bandit pirates go from one ice hell planet to another, from the Starbelt River to their own residences. They all rely on universe travel. Otherwise that long distance, just flying at sub-light speed, would take 10 days to half a month, with frequent universe travel. Then the demon conch monkey's universe travel shouldn't draw much attention. Let's see our luck. Let's hope the demon conch monkey's luck is good. With just this servant, I'll be able to bring the black metal board back. Luo Feng thought, even if I can't bring it back, I'll at least be able to investigate the interior of the ice hell planet. Entering the ice hell planet was simply too dangerous. Luo Feng wouldn't blindly barge in himself. 16 million kilometers away from the ice hell planet, the universe space rippled. The demon conch monkey appeared out of nowhere. He naturally activated his mini-scanning device. Following the master for so many years, it's simply too lonely. I've always had nothing to do. Finally there's something to do. Just where is this godforsaken place? It seems very dangerous. The demon conch monkey looked around cautiously. Simultaneously his consciousness connected to the virtual universe through the sensor device, transmitting everything he saw to Luo Feng. Ice hell planet. The demon conch monkey was ignorant and daring. He had never heard of the ice hell planet, and didn't know how dangerous it was. However, he still carefully flew over. The 16 million kilometers distance was simply too short. Even though the demon conch monkey was flying slowly, he still closed in after a while. Two streams of light suddenly flew out. It was two Sector Lord level Nangong bandits. The two incomparably handsome Nangong bandits were chatting and laughing. Although their gazes swept past the devil conch monkey who had activated the mini-scanning device had completely concealed his tracks. At least he couldn't be seen with the naked eye. The two bandit pirates were still laughing and chatting, simultaneously increasing their speed, reaching light speed, following which they disappeared from the universe travel, heading towards the other areas of the ice hell planet belt. Luckily they didn't see me. However, Master's master is really cowardly. Those two punks should be sector lords. I can easily kill them, yet they still forbid me from provoking any other life forms. The demon conch monkey carefully began flying towards the ice hell planet, finally, entering the ice hell planet. Outside the Star Belt River, Luo Feng was hidden in space, his consciousness however connected to the virtual universe. Virtual universe Yuxiang Mountain Primal Region, Luo Feng's villa. I've entered the ice prison planet. Luo Feng sat in front of his desk, looking at the laptop screen before him. On it was playing a video. This video was transmitted by the demon conch monkey. Right now it's up to you, demon conch monkey. Even I don't know where the black metal board is hidden. Luo Feng watched quietly. On the surface of the ice prison planet, the cold air was oppressive. The demon conch monkey landed on the surface. So cold. The demon conch monkey looked around. The mini-scanning device also covered the surroundings. Master's master wants me to find that black metal board. Where is it? This ice prison planet had a diameter of about 8,000 kilometers. On the surface of the planet there was nothing at all, only a wide pathway that led directly into the depths of the planet. Choose one. The demon conch monkey randomly chose one and quietly flew in, using the mini-scanning device to scan. The deeper it went, the colder it got. After flying for about 3,000 kilometers, the demon conch monkey finally reached the end. Woo, this ice prison planet's depths is actually a palace? The devil conch monkey blinked its eyes and looked at the towering palace in front of it. It was over 1,000 kilometers tall and was completely made of purple and cyan ice. There was a terrifying aura spreading out from the palace. There's a terrifying warrior inside. The demon conch monkey gritted its teeth. Master's master, what do I do now? The demon conch monkey asked Luo Feng through the virtual universe. Activate the large scanning device. Simultaneously control the large scanning device to cover the entire ice prison planet, however avoid that palace. Other than the palace, carefully scan every other place. Luo Feng ordered. Yes, master's master. The demon conch monkey didn't disobey, immediately controlling the large scanning device. The large scanning device swiftly scanned the entire ice prison planet. Other than the palace at the core, the other places were all scanned. All the information was naturally transmitted to Luo Feng through the virtual universe. Luo Feng looked at the laptop screen, frowning as he looked at everything. Ice prison planet is very similar to the bug clan mother nest. Luo Feng said softly, the entire ice prison planet, other than the palace there are no other treasures, it's all ice. Without a doubt, the black metal board is within that palace. Devil Shell Monkey. Turn off the large scanning device and activate the mini scanning device. Enter the palace. Luo Feng ordered. Yes, master. The devil monkey could feel the powerful energy within the palace, but it definitely wouldn't disobey Luo Feng's orders. It could only carefully enter through the palace door. The palace was too big and empty, not a single life could be seen. The devil shell monkey slowly flew into the palace, not daring to fly too fast for fear of attracting the attention of the experts inside. Where is it? Where is the black metal plate? The devil monkey was searching again and again through the miniature detector. When the devil monkey flew over the door of the inner hall, an invisible wave spread throughout the entire palace. Outsiders. An angry roar sounded, and at the same time, a purple light almost instantly appeared in front of the devil monkey. Not good. The devil snail monkey was shocked. Activate the large-scale scanning device, scan the entire palace and flee. Luo Feng ordered urgently within the virtual universe. The Devil Snail Monkey immediately turned on the large detector, and without caring about anything else, it immediately sped up to the limit to escape. Still trying to flee. That purple silhouette pointed at the Devil Snail Monkey from afar. That crystal-clear finger shot out a purple light that landed on the Devil Snail Monkey's body. Kakaka, a layer of ice swiftly formed on the Devil Snail Monkey's body, becoming a huge ice block. As for the Devil Snail Monkey within the ice block, it didn't move at all of its soul marks were frozen and shattered. Just like that it fell. Actually, when the Devil Snail Monkey became a soul slave, it was already equivalent to dying. The universe was like that, the strong preyed on the weak. Umph. The powerful purple silhouette snorted coldly. These outsiders, all of them want the ice prison star stone and the green dew. An official undying dares to come here, become an ice statue. After which he waved his hand. A gust of energy carried the Devil Snail Monkey's ice body and flew it to a corner of the palace. There were already 10 ice statues there, all of them were the brave and adventuring undyings of the other outsiders, they were all frozen and fell here. Virtual universe. Luo Feng sat in front of his desk and carefully looked at the last large scanning device over and over again, scanning everything within the palace. There's actually an ice prison star stone within this palace. Luo Feng looked at the screen at the fingernail-sized almost transparent purple stone. The black metal board was hidden somewhere else. Luckily, it's not with the ice prison star stone. Luo Feng thought. Within this ice prison star belt, there were a total of 2 famous treasures in the universe, causing many brave warriors who had nowhere else to go or were willing to risk their lives to come here and gamble. As long as they succeeded in stealing one, they would truly be able to make a comeback. These 2 treasures were famous throughout the universe. One was the Icy Hell Star Stone, and the other was the Icy Hell Green Dew. Only the Cyan Banshee could produce the Icy Hell Green Dew after expending a great deal of effort, and only the Violet Banshee could produce the Icy Hell Star Stone with great difficulty. These 2 materials were both very expensive and had special effects. Just the nail-sized Ice Hell Star Stone stored in the palace alone was worth around 2 trillion mixed elements. Treasures. However, the more valuable a treasure is, the more dangerous it is. Luo Feng shook his head. The Ice Prison Star Belt is one of the 6 most dangerous places in the Wuhua secret area. Especially the 2 bandit knights, their powers are even stronger, they are the strongest amongst the knights, they could very well be on par with the Tianshi Palace leader. Outsider teacher, this test really doesn't allow me to cheat. The inner palace has obviously been refined by that undying bandit, almost like a weapon. The moment a warrior enters the inner palace, that absolute warrior will immediately sense it. Luo Feng frowned. If I want to get the black metal board, I have to enter the inner palace, and if I do, I'll definitely be discovered. Luo Feng hid in space, looking at the distant vast star belt river, and the even further ice prison stars. If I enter the inner palace, I'll definitely be discovered. It's a dead end. Luo Feng frowned. His gaze landed on the star belt river, recalling the 3 sector lord bandit knights from before. With a thought, demon killer Luo Feng appeared beside him. His body immediately shook and a black energy flowed, transforming into a 3.6 m tall green bandit, emitting a cold energy. Natural ability. Copy. His life force swiftly changed, becoming exactly the same as the green bandit from before. As long as I don't enter the Mosha clansman's body to check, I definitely won't find any flaws. This is also the safest plan with the highest chance of success out of all the plans, let's hope it succeeds. His earth body and Mosha clansman looked at the distant ice prison star, after which the Mosha clansman became a beam of light. His speed swiftly rose. Demon killer Luo Feng had the 20 levels of the Heavenly Bridge in terms of battle strength, he could completely suppress an official undying, his comprehension of the origin laws was extremely high, allowing him to easily reach light speed. His body began universe travel. After a while, in a universe space about 6 million kilometers away from the Ice Hell planet, demon killer Luo Feng appeared. At this time he was a green bandit, his life energy was exactly the same too. Naturally he openly flew towards the Ice Hell planet. Luo Feng wasn't stupid enough to use the scanning device to hide himself. Bfa. A voice resounded in the Mosha clansman's ears. Oh? Demon killer Luo Feng was shocked, turning to look. In the distance, a beam of light flew over. It was a purple bandit. It was 3.2 m tall and was much smaller than demon killer Luo Feng. It said excitedly, Bayef, have you heard that teacher Tarasha sealed a foreign race in ice? I'm only here to pay my respects to her. Demon killer Luo Feng thought and said. Luckily the bandit language was the common demon language of the universe. Actually due to the low numbers of the special life forms, they usually used the foreign race's language. And Luo Feng obviously knew this language. As for the green bandit's voice, he had heard it before. Let's go meet teacher Tarasha together. The purple bandit pulled Luo Feng's hand and flew downwards. Luo Feng could only let them pull him. A green bandit, a purple bandit, they flew downwards together. Luo Feng had made ample preparations before coming, he also knew that these bandit life forms had great relationships with each other, they were special life forms, they naturally had unlimited lifespans. And to be able to reproduce from generation to generation, they had to become undying to have eternal life. Their long lifespans caused them to rely on each other. They valued every member of their race as long as one of them died, even if it was a sector lord level punk, the moment he died, it would incite the wrath of all the bandit. Even the two universe knights would chase after the killer. However, many adventuring foreign race warriors still killed many bandit when they came. Demon killer Luo Feng and the purple bandit held hands, following the pathway of the ice prison star and flying deeper, very quickly arriving at the ice palace. Teacher Tarasha, Teacher Tarasha. The purple bandit pulled Luo Feng and flew straight into the palace. Luo Feng could only bite the bullet. Very quickly they flew into the dangerous palace. Simultaneously a silhouette walked out. It was the warrior that killed the demon monkey earlier. Yowu Beifa, you two have arrived. Tarasha smiled. There wasn't a trace of the killing intent from before, instead it was filled with warmth. However, Luo Feng was very clear. This warmth was for her companions. The moment she discovered his true identity, this Tarasha would definitely kill him. What about the foreign race? Yowu asked, simultaneously looking at the ice sculptures in the palace. Demon killer Luo Feng also pretended to look around, after which he too looked at the ice sculptures. That's the demon race's demon monkey, it's roughly at the official level. Tarasha pointed at the distant ice sculpture. Yowu pulled Luo Feng's hand and rushed towards the ice sculpture. Luo Feng followed her and landed in front of the ice sculpture, Devil Monkey. Ah, demon monkey, this is the first time I've seen one in real life. Yowu's eyes gleamed. Beifa, you were the most talkative in the past, why didn't you say anything today? The purple silhouette reached behind Luo Feng with one step, affectionately rubbing Luo Feng's hundreds of braids.